All right, guys, we are back for day 2 of these 12 killer qualifying questions that you need to know in order to onboard your next clients, especially since we're getting so close to the holidays. So let's go ahead and dive into today's 3 or 4. Let's see. Check them out. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button so that you never miss an episode. And we've got one more of these videos in this series, and who knows, it might be tomorrow, it might be next week, but you got to be subscribed so you don't miss it. All right, let's get into today's video. Okay, so we're getting very, very close to October when we have all sorts of events happening that pertain to women, small businesses, and the holiday season. So this might be when you're starting to think about bringing on different clients. People are wanting to work with you, but how do you determine whether or not you are bringing on the right clients? That is the question that we're going to answer today. Okay, the next question is, when is the best time to contact you? Okay. I have a staff of people that work for me that do not live in the same time zone that I live in. So knowing when the best time to contact my clients is going to help me know when in my meetings I need to have certain conversations with my team, because I know when I'll have to get back with the client. Also, knowing the best time to communicate with them or to contact them is going to help you structure the way you manage your project and the amount of work that you're going to try and get done before those meetings. You'll know when you have time. Sometimes if the best time to talk for them is at the end of the day, you'll know that you've got the beginning of the day and the middle of the day to accomplish things prior to that communication. If it's the first thing in the morning, then you'll know that, oh, I've got to get all of this work done before I go to bed tonight because I have to present in the morning. So knowing the best time to contact them is important so that you can always stay in communication with them when necessary. Also, knowing who their staff is going to be helpful, because if you can't contact them at certain times, but maybe you can contact your staff or their staff, is going to help you really manage your project that much easier. It also plays into the efficiency and time management of the project. You want to sort of understand, like I said, when is the best time to contact them. And as you're working through the project and working with your team, it's going to help you be more efficient, and it's going to help you manage your time in the project better. But it'll also help you delegate within the company that you're working with, the new client. It'll help you delegate to them what needs to be done when, so that they know what needs to happen in order to be prepared for any communication based on the time frame they say they need. Okay, move on to the next one. Okay, this one is, I think, important for everybody. What is the completion date? What is the deadline for the project? Okay, again, some people work at different paces. I know I have an animator on my team who works a little bit slower because she's a perfectionist. And so I know I have to give her tons of lead time in order to finish a project. And so knowing when a project is trying to be finished, like what the deadline, the completion date is going to be also important to manage your time management and the way you do business, but also it's going to help you know sort of how you need to break that project up so that you can get things done in a timely fashion, okay? Helps you sort of set everyone's expectations, but also helps you break up that project in stages and set those deadlines for each of those stages so that you can meet the deadline. And if it were me, I always make sure that my deadline for myself to get the work done is at least a week before the deadline of the actual client, because that gives me time to make any adjustments, and it gives me a little wiggle room in case I have some people who can't follow through in a timely manner as we work through the project. One of the biggest questions that you can ask to qualify your client is, what is your budget? Now, I want to camp on this one for a second because I think this question offends people, and I never understand why. I know for me, when I'm working with someone and I need their services, I want to know, like, how much do you charge officially? Okay, what is your charge? Because I know whether or not I can afford that or not. So I want to know how much you charge, okay? But as the person who is bringing on a client, prior to me asking what your budget is, I've tried to qualify them in other ways to understand sort of what stage of bossing they're in. We're going to get to that in a second. Also understand what their time frame is, what their communication style is, how they like to communicate or the best way to contact them. All of that information is important because I myself am a server. And so regardless of what someone's budget is, I want to be able to add value to whatever it is they're doing. So I have free content that can be used to solve a problem. And then I have various levels within my business that can help them solve their problem. And then I have, larger packages and higher price point packages. So I need to ask you what your budget is. And it is not you have to be able to make this much money to work with me. It's more of a qualifier to know where I can begin serving you with the services and products that I have available. So when someone asks, what is your budget? It is not an indictment on your ability to pay or not. It is merely a question to help them establish where it is they can fit you into their service base. So a huge qualifying question is to ask what someone's budget is. Now, I will go in and say that I think prior to any of this, it's important for you to understand who you are, what it is you're bringing to the table, and how you want to show up and serve. And that you can do inside my Project CEO program because I'm teaching you how to be the Chief Executive Officer of yourself. Why is this important? Well, because when it comes to questions like this, you don't want to always be selling people. You want to have a stair-step approach to your business so that you can offer services for free, you can offer lower price point services, and then you have higher price point services. So when people tell you what their budget is, prior to you even asking that question, you can sort of set them up and let them know that regardless of their budget, you have a package that can help them. But you can also manage the expectations that the package may not fully provide what they are needing to accomplish their goals. But you don't want them to think that you are unwilling to help them if they have a smaller budget. Now, the only way I see you being able to do that is understanding your value in the first place and knowing what you're bringing to the table and knowing that ultimately you can either win that person at your higher price point, or they are going to have such a positive experience working with you that they will refer those higher price clients to you, or they'll put you in a position to earn that business for yourself. So it's important, I think, for you to understand what it means to be the Chief Executive Officer of you so that you can in turn exude that when you ask this question and that people aren't intimidated when you ask the question. So knowing the answer to the question of what someone's budget is a huge question that you need to ask to qualify your clients. So the next question that I think is just a killer qualifying question is tell me about one of the best experiences you've had with a vendor in the past. This is going to help you identify how to create a positive experience for this client that you are onboarding. When they tell you one of the best experiences they've had, you can look into your toolbox of tricks to determine the best way to provide that same level of service to them as well. So if you want more help understanding what you need to do and be your best, this is the perfect time to get on the wait list for my program, Project CEO, where I'm teaching you how to be the Chief Executive Officer of you so that you can leverage yourself and that knowledge across so many platforms, including onboarding new clients, creating amazing marketing strategies, being the absolute best leader you can be for your organization or your company if you're climbing the corporate ladder, or just being the best friend, parent, coworker, because you are leading as a person. Whichever one that is, get on the wait list for Project CEO. If you have not already, hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell so you never miss an episode, and join me again every Thursday. We are dropping these videos, and leave a comment. Tell me how you are onboarding clients. If you've had an experience with a bad client and you wish you never would have picked up that dollar, I want to hear about it in the comments. Again, be sure to follow me over on Instagram, doing some things over there. And LinkedIn is a great place. Join me over on LinkedIn. All of my social media is down in the description. And I will see you again next week. Bye.